Among all the paramilitary forces or the Central Armed Police Forces, the deployment and postings of the ITBP, that is the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, is considered to be the toughest. For the postings at these great heights in Himalayas is just a matter of routine for them. Consider this as just a small preview of ITBP. In this episode, we bring you the exploits of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force. Himalayas, the giver of life to India. Himalayas, the place where gods live. Icy heights where air cuts through your bones. This place has very less oxygen as you go higher in the Himalayas. Not many people venture out here along the highly tricky and confusing international border between the two countries. This place is so huge in scale inside the mighty Himalayas, where natural landmarks still separate Indian and Chinese territories on the ground. An international border that is yet to be marked as per the Vienna Convention. And this has made the task a lot more difficult for men and women of the ITBP, the elite guards of the Valley of Gods. Quadrant Mana Pass at Wuthering Heights. We bring you a super exclusive series of special programs on the men and women of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, a force that was so secret that its existence was not disclosed well for over 20 years when it was raised in 1962. Almost the entire ITBP's army is deployed along the Chinese borderline adjoining the Tibetan Plateau in the Himalayas. Soon after military setbacks in 1962 war with China, a need was felt to create a specialized armed force to protect our borders in the north. It was not an easy task since controversial Chinese borderline was running alongside the upper reaches of Himalayas. Our neighbor miscalculated us to believe that India will neither be able to raise a new armed force in this difficult territory nor be able to maintain it during the difficult months of winter, when most of the mountain passes and roads in the Himalayas are blocked and access cut off from the rest of the India. But as it turned out, that was not the story which unfolded in the years following 1962. A super exclusive force, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, came into being. Its existence was kept top secret in the first 20 years. It was in effect an undeclared and undisclosed true guerrilla force. Its primary task was to protect our northern limits at all cost and make sure that 1962 is never repeated again. For the first time ever, all the secret weapons that ITBP were issued at guerrilla force in the early 60s and 70s. At that time, these were the world's best weapons for modern warfare required to defend our difficult border. Many were fitted with super silencers so that when bullet is fired, our enemy would never come to know. These exotic weapons would appear as if they have been taken out straight from the secret armory of James Bond 007. In fact, many of them actually were. ITBP veterans have fond memories of using all these weapons in all kinds of war game scenarios. This is how ITBP was made, and this is what ITBP is now made of. They live and operate in the most difficult geographical limits on this planet, from the unimaginable parts of snow peaks to the depths of icy water, and of lately to the uncharted and darkest forest area of Abujman in Chhattisgarh, and all in one force. For a devout Hindu believer, Mana Pass Valley, beginning from the line of sight of Sri Badri Vishal at the Badrinath temple, is a sacred place, a pilgrimage place. According to legend, Pandavas took this Mana Pass Valley route when they left us. And during the 1962 war, this sacred Mana Pass Valley was a brutal target by the enemy. Our unfriendly neighbor had brought sudden death to many of our brave soldiers here, but not anymore. The brave men from the ITBP have now virtually sealed every square inch of quadrant Mana Pass. They live here 24/7. Seeing was believing. Women in full battle regalia, combat ready and charged up. They know fully well where they have volunteered. In short span of time, each one have mastered a rapid fire. In fact, continuous rapid fire. Each bullet hitting targets bullseye. Since it is a specialized force, ITBP has a distinction of raising a small batch of women snipers. Just do not go by their sharp features. Their firing skills are razor sharp. We saw them being trained at ITBP's mother station at an upcoming and India's first baffle firing range. They are taught to listen to their heartbeats and fire in between the two beats. Only the best sniper takes the pole position. News about creation of ITBP's Jhansi Rani Battalion has sent shivers down the spine among the left-wing extremist groups in Chhattisgarh. Our visiting camera crew was also informed that first batch of women ITBP combat soldiers were posted in Mana Pass Valley area beginning from as early as April-May 2016. Recruitment of women soldiers in ITBP is indeed a matter of great national pride.
ये गांव जो है पुरातन काल से ही माइग्रेटरी गांव रहा है। पूर्व में 1962 से पहले जो भारत और तिब्बत के बीच में जो व्यापार था वो हम लोग किया करते थे, लेकिन 62 के जो चाइनी एक्सकवेशन हुआ इसमें तिब्बत के ऊपर, तब से यह बॉर्डर सील किया गया है। और हम लोगों का जो माइग्रेशन के बाद जो यहाँ की सिक्योरिटी रहती है वो भारत तिब्बत सीमा पुलिस के हवाले किया जाता है। तो एक अच्छा रिलेशन है आईटीबी के साथ लोकल लोगों का।
One Badrinath temple is closed during its winter break, and when an entire community of Mana migrates to the lower reaches of Himalayan plains, it's only the ITBP that operates here. The post commandant leads the charge from the front. When the world sleeps, these hardy men from Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force will continue to dominate India's territorial boundary. That includes physically verifying the very last milestone at 0 point in Mana Pass, where ownership of Indian territory ends and Chinese boundary begins.
बद्रीनाथ बंद हो गया। इसके बाद सिविल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन यहाँ का जो है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और मोबाइल टावर सेवा बंद कर देगा। कुछ दिनों के बाद ये इलाका पूरा स्नो बाउंड हो जाएगा। सरफेस रूट जो है पूरी तरह से बंद हो जाएगा और व्हीकुलर मूवमेंट टोटली ऑफ हो जाएगी। हमारे जो जवान या ट्रूप्स जो मूवमेंट करेंगे ये पूरा अपना पर्सनल बैगेज लेके, पर्सनल वेपन लेके ऑन फुट फीट बर्फ में माना चौकी का डिस्टेंस तय करेंगे। कंट्री से रिलेटेड या नेशन की सिक्योरिटी से रिलेटेड मामला है तो इसमें कोई भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करते हैं।
Both the ITBP as well as the militia from the China border guards frequently leave small mementos as telltale signs right at the 0 point in Mana Pass. It's a different kind of war being played here at the icy heights, apparently to test each other's wits. When our camera crew was camping at an advanced border post along the Chinese drop line, a returning ITBP patrol has just collected a small plastic bag with the Chinese markings containing 4 beer cans. This dangerous parcel was left behind by the Chinese border patrol apparently to test ITBP's preparedness. Problem arises when unwanted face-off happens at the border between ITBP soldiers and patrolling party from the PLA, the People's Liberation Army of China. To tackle this tricky situation, ITBP has issued 2 separate banners to be shown to the Chinese during the face-off situation. The content is clearly written both in the international English and in the Chinese language. Orders from the Raisina Hill are clear: do not engage the counterpart at the China border. No weapons are to be pointed at each other, only these messages of peace to be shown via the red banners. It's not a secret anymore, the world knows it, that Indo-China borderline is known as the most disputed peaceful border in the world. This memorial reminds everyone that those who serve the nation in this sacred valley of gods at Mana Pass are the chosen ones. A true soldier of the motherland who makes sure that each and every Indian sleeps well in the night as he stands guard at an unimaginable location on the India's map, about which only he knows what really happens on the ground. Among all the paramilitary forces of the Central Armed Police Forces, the deployment and postings of the ITBP, that is the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, is considered to be the toughest. For the postings at these great heights in Himalayas is just a matter of routine for them. Consider this as just a small preview of ITBP. In this episode, we bring you the exploits of the Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force.